Today's the 7th day of April 2017, and we're going to be installing a package of bees. There are about as many ways to install packages as there are beekeepers. The method that I've come up with that I really like, and I think it's one that anyone can use, I'll show you how it's done. We have a 2.5 pound batch of bees that came in from California just this morning. So the first thing I do is I have some sugar water in here. Now that's a little thinner than what we'd be feeding the bees because if it's too thick it won't spray. And I spray the bees fairly good on both sides. This gives them something to do and also keeps them from flying. Now it's not really cold, but the wind is blowing, so there isn't much flying activity going on. So my first thing to do is to remove the can. This is a feeder can that contains syrup. So remove it from the hive, and then as I remove it, I give it a little spray with some more water. That'll put the bees back down in and keep them from flying. Now we're going to put this on to let the bees use it overnight. And there are 3 really teeny holes in the top. They have to be really small when they're transporting them so that it doesn't jiggle out. Then I'm going to dig in and find a screw. I have a screw that we use to take the cork out of the queen. Now the queen is in here. She's been traveling with them for several days, so that they've pretty much accepted her. You'll see when we bring it out, they'll be all clustered all over and taking care of her. As you see down in, and let me shake this off a little bit. As you see down inside, she's down there going around, and they're anxious to be with her. Because these are young bees and because they've been there several days, we're not going to need a long time for them to accept her. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cork out and replace it with a piece of marshmallow. Now if you haven't done this before, I would recommend that you brush all the bees off and then go into an enclosed area when you take it out, because queens are now running close to $40, and if you take this out wrong and the queen comes out and flies away, that's $40. It's gone. So I'll go here, get my finger back over. So there we are. Now take a look in here and make sure that she's pointing the other direction when I put the marshmallow in. And that part is finished. Now it'll only take a few hours for the bees to eat that marshmallow and release her. But like I said, that's okay because they've already accepted her. So now I'll move this hive box a little bit. Let's move the package over here so you can see what I'm doing here. So what I'm going to do is you put the queen down between 2 frames, and I have some drawn comb here. If you're starting from scratch, you won't have drawn comb and you may have a little harder time keeping it, but I have it so the screen side is up. It can be either up or down, but definitely not sideways. If you put it in this way, then the bees can't get to the queen and take care of her. The reason it's this way is that when I look in tomorrow, I'll be able to tell if the queen has been released. So let me open this up just a little bit more. We push her down in, down past the top bar, and then squeeze this back together. So there she is in there being taken care of. Now, I'll take my screw. Here it is. It had the cork in it. And I want to enlarge these holes a little bit because they are so small, and I don't have to make them very much bigger. So I don't know if you can tell on it, but that's still pretty small. And what I'm going to do, I have a couple of little sticks that I'll put across here that we can rest the can on so the can doesn't tip over and the bees can get up underneath it and take syrup as they want it. Now we're going to put the bees in. I just carefully take this and place this directly over, and you'll see that there's some falling down already. They'll go down in, take care of the queen, and all will be well. So hang on, let me get my empty box. So I'm putting the empty box on top and putting the lid on. Keep the rain out because it's supposed to rain tonight. So I'm going to take some grass. You use green grass so the bees can get it pulled out, and we'll stuff this lightly in the opening. So it's not stuffed hard, but it's enough so the bees can't come out for an hour or two. The bees will come out, take care of the queen. Tomorrow I'll come and remove the package, put it down to one box, and feed the bees so they'll be happy. And that's installing a package. I didn't wear a veil because the bees aren't out doing anything today. We're back again. We've had a day go by, so now it's Saturday, April 8th. The wind blew most of the day yesterday, and then we did have some rain last night. We got about an inch of rain. So we're here, and here's the box. Still a few bees hanging in it. I'll just take a shake or two to get them loose and out. And I'll set the box to the side so any that are left now can go in the hive. Let's take this extender box out that we had and see what's going on with the queen. The bees are still clustered in there pretty tight. Some of the other hives I've looked at, they didn't get the bees haven't liked that marshmallow. So I don't know why, but it's okay. They had enough time to adjust to it. So you can see the bees are still clinging on it. They've eaten part of the marshmallow out, but not all of it. So I'm going to take the rest of that marshmallow out. And I'll stand this upside down over a couple of frames here. So when the queen comes out, she can just go right down in with the other bees. We'll take this feeder can away. And we want to feed the bees, and I prefer when we first get them to feed them so that something that's easy to get to. The weather's still cold. It's supposed to rain some more tonight. So what I'm going to use is a bag feeder. And I'll use this for one or maybe two times. If you use the bag feeder for an extended period of time, the bees will start building comb around it. But it's a great way to get them started. So let me go get the bag. So it's a 1 gallon bag, but it has 3 quarts of syrup in it. So you put this on the top, and if you just kind of rock it down as it goes, the bees get out of the way so you don't crush any bees. So it's down now, and you can see there's no bees under it. And then you just take your knife and cut a slit about 4 inches long right down the middle of it, and you would think that the syrup would all come out, but it doesn't. It just comes up to the top. And I give it just a little touch so we get a little bit of syrup out so the bees will know that it's there. And then I have a small extender that I put over it. This is the frame that I use in the winter. I'll fill this with dry, damp sugar and make a mound in here and put it over the hive as an emergency feeder. It's a candy board. So I'm just going to put this up here as a spacer. And it will take these bees 4 or 5 days, or maybe a little longer, for them to eat it all. We'll put the cover back on and be on our way. Thank you for watching.